Hi, I'm Vincent. I'm an engineer at Photoroom, and in this video, I want to show you 3 new features that we've recently added to the Photoroom API. The first feature I want to show you is called Describe Any Change, and it allows you to automatically edit an image with AI by describing using a free-form prompt the edits that you want to make. So right now, I'm on the documentation page of the feature, and you can see a few examples. You can see that you can do what I would call some simple edits. So for example, asking to change the color of the shoes from blue to red, asking to remove the items on the table, or asking to remove all the humans from this restaurant image. But what's really interesting with this feature is that you can also write much more detailed prompts that will allow you to implement your own custom AI tools. And we've also added a few examples of this on this documentation page. Let me show you. For example, if you want to create images that will do a product staging, meaning that the AI will take the product in the image and create a realistic lifestyle shot that puts the product into a real world context, you can use this detailed prompt here. And using this detailed prompt, you'll be able from these input images to get these results that you can see here on the right. And using the same approach, you can implement other kind of AI tools. For example, if you have an e-commerce that sells clothing, you can use Describe Any Change to create ghost mannequin images. So images where it looks like the clothing is being worn by an invisible mannequin. You can see here the prompt that you need to use, and you can see the before and after. And if you prefer to see the clothing laid on a flat surface rather than worn by a ghost mannequin, it's also possible. You just need to use a different prompt that will this time specify that the clothing must be laid out on a flat surface. And once again, you can see the before and after. So as you can see, this feature is very flexible and can be used to implement quite a large variety of useful use cases, such as the last example that we have on this documentation page, which allows you to generate a new image of the same product, but this time with a different angle. And as you can see, this feature can be super useful if you only have 1 or 2 images of your products, but you need a bit more in order to have a product page that feels a bit more complete. Now let's move on to the second feature I want to show you, which is the ability to add an outline around the main subject of the image. As you can see, this feature can be quite useful if you want to create a sticker effect around the main subject of the image. You can use this feature either by also removing the background or by keeping the original background, as you can see here, with the goal of making the main subject clearly stand out against the background. We of course offer several options to configure how this outline looks like. You can configure the color of the outline, you can configure its width, so its thickness, and you can also configure how blurry the outline is. And what's interesting is that this last parameter allows you to create a halo effect around the subject. And finally, the last new feature I want to show you is the ability to blur the original background of the image. We are able to blur the background according to 2 presets, either by doing a standard Gaussian blur or by doing a bokeh blur that will look more like the type of blur that the lens of a camera would naturally produce. And this background blur feature can be quite useful when you want to put a clear emphasis on the main subject of the image, but without losing the look and feel of the original background. That's all for this video. I hope that these 3 new features got you excited. Don't forget that you can try them for free using our sandbox mode. And if you have any question about these new features or the Photoroom API in general, you can ask it in our Discourse community. All the links are in the description. Thank you for watching.